PP is a precious value in the landscape of Os. You'll see many top PP plays in the thousands circulating on YouTube set by the top percentile of players. But over time, with the various reworks and countless metas the game goes through, PP might lose its importance and become just a number you see on a play or on your overall count. With everything that's happened up until this point, is PP really important anymore? In this video, myself and Stu will be taking a look at Osu's most commonly used number and try to find out if it still means anything today. These are the problems with PP in Osu. To begin the video, we first have to trace back the origins of performance points, and then get to the present with its current state. So let's go back in time and see what we can find. Performance points, or PP for short, is a concept that can be traced back to April of 2012. It was specifically made to replace score as a measurement of skill, being met with open arms from the Osu community upon its first release. It was officially implemented into the game on the 22nd of July 2012 and made to update in real time a month later. This version of the PP system, called PPV1 at the time, would last for the next 2 years until a developer by the name of Tom94 made significant changes to the system, thus creating PPV2. PPV2 would be implemented on the 27th of January 2014 and would remain Osu's primary measurement system. Many changes would be made to how the system worked in every mode to prevent people from abusing exploits of mapping and mod combinations. Such changes to PPV2 are still being made even to this very day, with the most recent rework for any mode being on the 19th of March, when the requirement for bonus PP was changed from 13,000 to just 1,000 maps. And what is bonus PP, you might ask? Well, this is a way of calculating an additional amount of PP that the game will give you after playing a certain amount of maps. The maximum amount this calculation gives is 417 PP and is calculated by this formula on screen. Now that we're caught up to speed with the backstory of PP, let's get on to covering how some high PP plays are slowly becoming unimportant, starting with Osu Standard. Take it away, Stu.
What's up, my name is Stu. You may know me as the host of Osu News on YouTube. Just wanted to say thank you to Lonely V for this opportunity to collab on a video. And let's just get started. So the first ever 1000 PP play in Osu was set on the 9th of July 2019, which was a hidden double time FC on Tsukinami. And at the time, 1000 PP plays were valued way more compared to now because they weren't as common. I mean, everyone got surprised when Itki got the second 1000 PP play literally a few hours after the first one was set. But as PP milestones like the 1000 PP play get more and more common, they get valued less and less with time. The first pioneer to make 1000 PP plays a bit more common in the Osu standard scene would probably be Whitecat. Back in 2020, when he was still rank 1 in Osu and one of the more dominant players in the game, literally in February of that year, he uploaded a video called All My 1000 PP Plays in One Video, which was literally a 10-minute compilation of 1000 PP plays back in February of 2020. In the span of half a year, it went from one person maybe to being able to set a few 1000 PP plays to one person having an entire collection of 1000 PP plays. 1000 PP plays got even more common when Emmerich became number 1 in Osu. Back in April of 2021, he had a handful of 1k PP plays, but it literally took him like a year and a half to get more than 50 of them. In this day and age, whenever people see, let's say, a 1000 PP play and it's a 1000 PP play on a map that has multiple of them, then it's normal for people to not value those scores compared to other scores, for example. I think people are slowly but surely realizing that it's not just about the PP amount that the score has, and people are slowly but surely starting to value more unique and interesting scores in the game. Like, I guarantee you, for example, more people would be hyped to see a second FC on Burning Star with Hard Rock than the 20th FC with Hidden Double Time on Glory Days. So yeah, when it comes to scores, it's not just about PP. In general, people value more unique and cool scores that are hard to recreate compared to scores that have an insane amount of PP. However, if you have a combination of both, let's say something unique that not a lot of people can do and also has a very high amount of PP because of it, then you definitely get the best of both worlds and people will just overall say that you're a freak in the game. A notable example of this could definitely be a Kulibet's current PP record, which is on Sidetrack Day with Hidden DT. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to yap about in this video, so Lonely, please continue.
Thank you so much for joining us, Stu. Now let's move on to Mania. If you've been playing Mania around 2015 to 2017, you'll realize that many people had anywhere from 25 to 30,000 PP in overall value. The maps themselves at that time brought anywhere from 2 to 2.5 thousand PP. This amount of PP became so ridiculous that the Mania system was given a major rework on May 17, 2018. This change significantly improved the game at the time, giving more value to playing maps and gaining PP. This would become the case for many years to come, but by 2021, things began changing drastically. Many people found out that with certain long node positioning, the nodes would inflate the PP value of the map and in result, would scale heavily. Many mappers took advantage of this and started using this method to get maps to 7, 8, or even 10 stars at times, which was definitely the case for both 4 key and 7 key. If you need more info on the way mapping developed at that time, you can go watch my video about the evolution of the ranked section for more context. With the way to inflate the star rate now figured out, many high 1k PP scores would be set, from Muka's 4k PP record on Rebirth the End to Dresser's 7k PP record on Eternity, which still stands unbeaten to this day as of the time of writing. With everything about Mania's experience with PP laid out, I also decided to reach out to top players from both the most popular key modes and ask them a simple question: what is their opinion on PP in general? For 4 key, I contacted Very, and one risotto later, he said that in its current state, Mania's PP system is broken. He mentions that you can find beat maps that require less skill than actual old maps to S rank, and that LN maps are the new meta that came with them. According to him, it, quote, ruined the fun because anyone could just apply the HT mod to the map and reach top 200 to 4k. He also hammers down the point that you shouldn't center your entire personality around gaining PP because it sounds so childish. And to be fair, I'm guilty of that too and even let myself slip even to this day. For 7 key, I contacted Tyronix and he told me a very different thing with a very good standpoint. He said that even though many maps are overinflated and able to be farmed with the halftime mod, those maps have a good mapping basis and still require some degree of skill at the end of the day. He also mentioned that we shouldn't judge anyone's skill based off of their PP count, and that he hates when people diminish the efforts put by others. While his opinion sounds extremely neutral and unbiased, he did express some distaste towards the last difficulty of materialize anything. So, we've currently looked over the problems with PP in both Osu Standard and Osumania, and what can we take away from it? For Osumania, honestly, in its current state, PP has just become a number you look at on your profile, with no meaning and a broad representation of skill from interviewing a top 4 key and a top 7 key player, as well as the people atop the leaderboards also feeling the same way. Osumania's current state of PP could use some rework, especially towards the long node spectrum of both 4 key and 7 key. When it comes to standard, while PP plays are more valued there, most people value the place where the map gets so difficult that it makes the grind for it worthwhile, over the other beat maps where it can be easily farmed for PP. With everything laid out, the game is probably gonna need a new way to measure skill. That is a thing Pepe has mentioned too, because he's been searching for other ways to represent skill in the laser client. So if you have some good ideas on that front, you can mention what way of measuring skill can be used down in the comments. And that was our investigation about the importance of PP. Hope this video sends a good enough message to the entire community and shows the developers of the game that we want to see our current circumstances get improved over time. I want to give a huge thanks to all of these amazing people on screen, especially to Cynix because he has been pestering me to give him a mention for weeks now. A huge thanks to Stu for the collab, and a small but significant thanks to both Tyronix and Very for taking time off their day to be interviewed. You all were the ones who made the video possible. I hope to see you all next time.